Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Morning Leap Trade Plan setup. It is Wednesday, July 8th. It is an FOMC day, a Fed day. My name is Doug McKay. I'm the founder and head moderator of Quantum Leap. We've been around in one shape or another for about 6 years now. This is a subscription room, although we're opening up on Wednesdays to allow visitors to come in. Each morning we come together and we go through a morning routine, setting up our trade plan. We look at the macro to the micro, take a look at the structure of the market, and then drill down and determine where our trade levels are going to be, what our targets are, and what our main hypotheses are for the day. If you want more information about Quantum Leap, please send an email to Doug McKay, and the email is quantumleaptrading@gmail.com. Before I get going, I have to read the disclaimer. This information is for the purpose of educating members who want to expand the knowledge of the business of trading. It's not for trading or investment advice. You and only you are responsible for the trades or investment decisions you make. Trading futures or any instrument involves a risk of loss. Please consider carefully whether futures or options are appropriate to financial situation. Only risk capital should be used when trading futures or options. Investors could lose more than initial investment. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Okay, and speaking about trades, let's just take a look at what we did yesterday. We took 13 trades yesterday in the live room, 40 3/4 points. It was a pretty good day. Market was very kind to us, had some very clear setups, and we were able to take advantage of it. The day before, we only did a 1.75. But the point of the matter is, if you join this room and take the trades with me, I think you have a very high probability of having a positive expectancy. At least that's my goal. And of course, if you don't make enough to pay for the room or you don't find value in the room, then your next month is free. So contact me if you're interested in finding out more about what we do with Quantum Leap. Now, let's go quickly and take a look at the day for yesterday. You can see, this was Monday. This is Tuesday. We basically had a bit of an open drive on the open. We broke our key line in the sand. Our main hypothesis is we've got below here that we'd be looking to go down and test those lower targets at, I don't know how that got shifted, but 57.50 was one, then 51.50. 45, and then our main target below was this 42 1/4 with possibility going down, testing that 34 1/4, the Globex low after the gap down on the weekend. But we got down to 35, didn't quite get to the 34 1/4, rotated all the way back up, and they just found the accepted price again back up in and around that line in the sand. We broke above it again, and then we rallied up towards our next big target above, which was at 75.75. So it was a really big rotations. It was a really good day. In terms of news today, we had, let me just refresh this because they'll be out already. We had Canadian building permits at 8:30 this morning. And they came out far less than expected. Expected minus 5.2, came out as minus 14.5. We have crude inventories at 10:30, the 10-year bond auction at 1, and then at 2 o'clock, that'll be the big news today, is the FOMC meeting minutes, and then Williams is going to speak. Of course, we've got the whole Greek debacle. Greece is still on a bank holiday. The no vote came in, and they're looking for a deal some way, somehow. I'm sure they're going to come up with it. So let's start with our normal routine. I always like to start my day with a simple bar chart. or candlestick chart with a 9 EMA and a 20 SMA. And I start from the month and I work my way down. And all I'm doing in this is seeing how strong the trends are in the different time frames. And you can see we've got good slope and separation on the monthly. Trend is very much intact, although this month so far we're seeing some weakness. We're testing the 9 EMA. Now, I made this point earlier. Other than January, yesterday was the first time that we closed right at the year open. We are battling a very important level right now at 2055. And you can see that last month's close was 2055. So other than that first month, we've had a bullish year so far. And this is the first time since January that we're have a chance of getting into a bear situation. So it'll be interesting in the next couple of days and the rest of the month whether or not we actually close below that 2055. But the trend itself is still intact, although it is weakening slightly with a little bit of loss of slope and separation. On the weekly, we do see weakness coming in on the weekly. We gapped down last week, and then we are still below the 9 and the 20. We're starting to get slope. They're starting to get a little bit of separation, but not much. But we do have the potential of a start of a downward trend on the weekly. On the daily clearly shows that we're starting to get this slope and separation. We're trading below and we're not getting back above the 9 EMA. We're finding some consolidation here, but until we get back above the 9 EMA, the trend is still to the downside on the daily. Going to the intraday, seeing if we have any trends coming into the RTH session. You can see on the 4-hour, we had a strong trend from there. When we gapped down, we came up and we're basically consolidating. No real strong trend, but we are trading below the 9 and the 20, so we do still have some weakness on the daily. And we still have the potential of that measured move, the head and shoulders, down to that 2019 area as well. Going to the 30-minute, we were trending down. We got a naked cross right here on the 30-minute at 2066. Balance in this area is 2066. When I did the numbers, and I'll get there in a second, we didn't change with all the rotations and the move and the size of the range. We're right back where we started, and the trade levels aren't going to be much different than they were yesterday. On the 15-minute, we were trending down. We had started a trend up. We came back down, tested the 20, and now we're back above the 9. There's a naked cross here on the 15-minute at 2051. Call it 2052. So keep an eye on that. It is on the 15 minutes, and if we get these large rotations that I'm expecting again today, we're likely to see both the 4-hour and the 15-minute naked cross taken out. On the 5-minute, we've got consolidation, no real trend right now. We're trying to get back above the 9. We're right at what I consider to be the key line in the sand. That's at 2058.75, 2059. We'll take a look at it right now on the composite. But before I do, let's just quickly go through and take a look at these levels. Balance in this area is 2066. It's the CHVN. The next balance below us is the 5750, the 2-day or the 7-day microcomposite VPOC. The value area low from the longer term microcomposite is shifted now. This microcomposite goes from the beginning of February till now, is now shifted down to 2058.25. So we're trading right in that area. So let's take a look at the big picture. This is the microcomposite I'm talking about right here. The VPOC is still above us at, it's shifted slightly. no, it's still at 93.75. So value is still above us, but we're fighting to stay inside of this value. The value area low, as I said, was 2058 and a quarter. We have the CLVN just above us at 2059.50, the one we were using yesterday. Basically, to get long, we've got to be above the 60. To get short, we've got to be below the 58. The 7-day microcomposite VPOC is just below where we're trading right now, which is 2057.50. I did, when we were trading, when I did the numbers up, we were trading up here and around the 61, 62. So balance has come down since then, and we're just near it right now. But this is a key area. If we get below here, then I'm looking for a move down into the 52, 53 area. I'll show that to you on the trade chart, the intraday, with possible continuation back down into this 42 and 37.75 area. Above the 60, then I'm looking for a rotation back up into 66 and test this 68 and a quarter. And if we can get above that, I think we'll make a move into the 75.50. The big target above the extended target today is going to be that FOMC number from September at 84 and a quarter. Our ATR right now, our 20-day ATR is running 23.20. So if you go off of the low of the night at 2042 and a quarter, our full session ATR target to the high side is at 2065.50. So we're right there. We've been there already. And then off of the high overnight, which was 74.75, the full session ATR target to the low side is 2051.55. So about 7 points below us right now. It's going to be an interesting day with the Fed coming up. So let's take a look at our overnight and start putting our numbers into our trade chart. As I just mentioned, this is our Globex. Our Globex high right now is 74.75. Our overnight low is 42 and a quarter. And our Globex VPOC is 52.50. And we've got a bit of a double distribution here, and the LVN is at 54 and a quarter. All right, and there's not anything else I really need to look at here. So I can get rid of that. Expand this so we can see it. So again, you know, the key line in the sand for me is going to be this 58 and a quarter up to 60. It's a big area, but you can see that the value area high from yesterday is at that 60. And you know, we've got the CLVN at 59.75, but we've got the microcomposite value area low at 58 and a quarter. So I'm going to trade off of this level. Above it, I'm going to get long, okay, and below the 58 and a quarter, I'm going to get short. So it's kind of a, I'm going to put a double trade area here so it encompasses this whole area, because I need to be below 58 and a quarter to get short. I need to be above 60 to get long. So kind of a double trade area. The first target above is going to be this LVN from yesterday. I'm going to watch for possible responsive sellers coming in there. The open was just below at 63.75, and the IB was 64. So I'm going to front run this LVN with a target at 63.50, and then I'm going to use the LVN as another trade area. So I'm going to scale I'll get long above 60. I'll scale. I'll use 63.50 as my main target. And then if we break above 65 and a quarter and hold, I'll add into this trade with a target up at 66. It's kind of tight. I'm going to move it up just a bit because we've got a bit of an HVN right here. It's not much of one. 66.75 will be my target there. And then the main target above is going to be that 71. That's the CHVN. I'm just going to just so that it's clear that this is a double area. And then above, above 71, we've got the naked close at 73.75 with the overnight high. So 73.75 will be a target. I don't know why it wants to do this. And of course, I'll be looking for them to take out the overnight high. And then above there, we've got the range high at 76 and a quarter. Just below that is 75.50. And remember, that was our main target above yesterday. It's still going to be important, but I'm going to front run it, at the 73.75 for the gap close. And the takeout of the overnight high, but I anticipate it to go. And then if we get above the 76, the first target above, where I'd be looking for possible responsive sellers coming in, is 79.75. And then the 81 is going to be our main target above range and above value, with the second target being the FOMC at 84 and a quarter. And then above 84 and a quarter, the next big target above is this 87.50. But the big one, and if we get back up above this 82 area, I'm anticipating that we're going to rotate all the way up into this 93.75. We've got a naked VPOC at 93.50. Our micro composite VPOC is 93.75, or the most traded price going all the way back to February. And we've got a naked close here at 95.75. So there's a lot of big targets here. And this is our extended main target. Okay, and once we're up here, I think we'll go for a move into the 2100s. I'm not expecting it today, but anytime we get any settlement of Greece, we could pop big time, or we could drop. We've already come down to that 57.75 area. If they can't hold here, the next area that you want to be watching is this 54 and a quarter. I'm going to use from 53.75, this little LVN from the trend day. It was a neutral extreme day yesterday. You can see that we broke the IB to the low side, and then later in the afternoon, as we took this trade to break the IB to the upside, and then we went, so that created the neutral day, and then we went up and took out our target at 75.50 and closed near the high. So that's a neutral extreme. Neutral extreme is generally going to give you another big rotational day. Not necessarily neutral extreme, but we should be looking for a possibility of neutral day again tomorrow, or today I should say. Below the 54, I'm going to be looking at this 53.50, which is basically, you know what, I'm going to shift this down, and I'm going to use the 53.50 because I think that'll be stronger. We've got the overnight VPOC there. And then below that, 51.50 is your target. You know what? I do like it up at 54 instead, and then take it into the 51.50. And then there's no real support below that until we get to 49. And then below 49, our main targets below, which are down here at the 43.50 naked VPOC and the overnight low at 42.25. And then if we do get below that 42, looking for them to come down. If we get back inside of this value area from yesterday, look for that 80% destination trade, value area trade down to this 36. Value area low, and then below that the target will be the 34.25. That's the low from Globex on Monday morning. And then targets below there, you've got the 30.25 CHVN, the 24.75. A little bit of support coming in at the 26.75 CLVN, and then the big one below, which is that measured move at 19. And then below 19, we've got the naked close at 15.25, and then the 20.11.25. And the 20.11.25, can I show this best to you? The 20.11.25 is the microcomposite VPOC, okay, from the balance that we broke out of that ran from October through to February when we broke out and created the next balance area up there. So that 20.11.50 is a naked microcomposite VPOC, and if we get down in this area and take out that measured move at 19, I'd expect for some continuation down there to the 20.11.25. So that's what I'm looking at in the ES. Let's take a quick look at gold. We took one gold trade yesterday. It wasn't very good, but we still ended up making 10 ticks on it. Oh, my charts are all messed up again. So let me fix this. All right, so right now balance is at 11.54. Yesterday we were talking, I was expecting a move down to test this 47 area, 44.60. We got down as low as, what was it, 45.90. Buyers stepped in and rotated it back up. You know, currently trading 56.40. There's really no trade here right now unless we come up into this 1161 and reject it and rotate back down for continuation lower. You could take the breakout trade down here. If we break below 1144.60, I'd be looking for a move down 1137.90. The big target below is still this 1128. I'm still looking for them to come down there until we get back up above this this 1179. Above 1179, then I've got targets up at 1184.10 with the big key line in the sand for us right here. The trade I'm waiting for is the break above this 1190. 250 above 1190.250 is going to be a nice easy money into this 1220, the composite VPOC that goes all the way back to 2008. But right now it's going to be choppy in this area. It's pretty blunt. There's a lot of undetermined fair value. So I'd say your trade levels on gold today have to be 1161.70 for the break above and a move up into 1167, 1168, or the rejection and the rotation back down into this 54. And then if you want to take a trade down here, a break below 44.60 should give you down to 37.90, possibly even 34. So that's what I'm looking at in gold. That's going to complete our morning pre-market trade plan setup. Again, in terms of my hypotheses, I'm looking for a rotational day, and if above 60, I'm looking for rotation up towards this 76 and possibly extension up to 84. I'm not expecting much more than that. If we get below the 58.25, then I'm looking for a rotation down, take out the overnight low and these targets down here around 42, 43 with possible extension to test that 34.25. Not expecting much more than that. Of course, once the Fed comes out, we could get a move either way until we get clearly back above the key line in the sand. I'm still looking for continuation for that measured move, but anything can come into this market right now to revalue it. As always, that's going to complete our session. Trade well, trade safe, and we will catch you on the flip side.